Buruboya and Burubosheshe from Baba Ilegwa's channel. This is your host, Iwori Ogunda. Somebody actually left me a video, a comment today, a message asking me what the significance of a firma or a patibembe is, which is actually a very good question. I don't think I've ever done a video on this. Um, as a palero, when you get scratched into the house that you go into, when you become engayo, you learn a lot. It's supposed to be that you learn a lot of the patipembes. Because the patipembes aren't just little signs that you draw, and in the in the Congo, these signs represented so many more things. They represented the stars, the moon, the winds, the water, all these things. So, and in my personal opinion, when thousands and millions of people have projected energy, just like Christianity, it's so strong now, the faith, because billions have focused that energy to that one idea, and that's what's given it power. The same thing goes, in my opinion, with the firmas, the oduns. Millions and billions have said, okay, this patipemba is for this. And there's so many different patipembas with osain, and patipembas that you can work with osain, with different orishas, with oya, with different orishas, etc., etc. But the patipembe or firma, if you want to call it, is a way of kind of like a portal. So even for some babalaos who don't have Ibeji, for instance, they can go into the Oduns of where Ibeji were born, and they can call forth that Odun. And they call forth the Odun and they feed the Odun, and that is significant enough as a representation that the Ibeji will be summoned forth. Now with patipembas, when you have Osain and stuff, you already have the licencia, because those oduns, those patipembas, are very powerful. I spoke yesterday about a patipemba that's called Lleva del Cementerio, key of the cemetery. And I don't use that unless for it's a very, very strong war that I'm going with. Because like I said, the Egun, number one, when you get building in Ganga or a pot, it is put, muertos are put inside of it. And those muertos names are very secretive. You don't let nobody know those names. When you call them forth, and you send them out, like in Lleva del Cementerio, it takes all the Egun that are on its way there, it takes them with them to destroy whatever objective it's been given. Now, a lot of people don't have different thoughts, different things. I had an argument the other day with the Babalao because I told him, he said, well, do your mojuba. And I'd give him my mojuba. And he said, oh no, this is not a good mojuba. I told him, well, Luo, con respeto, when somebody comes to see me, they're not coming to hear me and how beautifully I could chant and how much mojubas I have been able to remember. You know, it's the main important thing that gets done. You do your mojuba. You do your mojuba. Aworu mila acheo lo dumari acheo lofi acheo loru mache bobo egun ketembele rume bain bain tonu. You say all your ancestors, and then you give salute to the top of the table, the bottom of the table, the right of the table, the left of the table, and the middle of the table. And in my house, we salute the earth, mojubaile. And there's more to it. Obviously, I'm not gonna give it out though because that's my house's mojuba. But I'm not, the customer's not here paying me money to hear how long I could say Mojuba, you know. So, anyways, I'm not trying to get off topic, but the patibembes, their seats, their sigils, they have power. They have a lot of, for instance, people think a lady, I had to rogate her head the other day. Yeah, no, she said, oh, well, she was a santera. She said, okay, well, let's go get the animals. I said, Ifa does not say it, we require ejebale, eyebale for the lukumi babalaos. Everything with the J got pronounced as Y, so it's really ejebale, but the lukumi say eyebale because they mispronounced the J. It happened years ago. And she said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, Ifa has prescribed that we feed your head an odun. And she says, well, wow, I mean, is that possible? I said, everything's possible with Ifa. So you put the Yerosun down, you put the Odun, for instance, Baba Ijeyok Beko, Bawashe, tap the tablero. I do it 3 times. I invoke Eshu. Osheturawa, te 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 te. Osheturawa, te 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 te. Osheturawa, te 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 te. Eshu mopio, eshu mopio, eshu mopio, eshu mopio akpie, eshu mopio pie, eshu mopio akpie, and you get the bendición of Eshu, and then you continue. Part 2. Hold on.